Hi guys, hey, how you doing? I'm going to sort of play this rhythm. Not sort of sure if I could really sort of call it like a Latin rhythm or a world rhythm or anything like that, but basically you've got like, it's kind of like a very sort of shuffly sort of kick, snare, hi-hat sort of pattern, but it gives the illusion that you've got the drum kit and a variety of percussion instruments going against it, such as the cowbell and the timbali and a floor tom landing on beat 3. So, sorry, I'm just going to get a bit comfortable here. So I'll just play it a bit and I'll break down and explain it as best as I can. A couple of slight hiccups over there, but basically it's part of a sort of a pattern I've been sort of practicing. Basically, especially when I've been playing this on an acoustic set, I've been for a long time now. I've been getting into the whole thing of having 2 sets of hi-hats because it really opens up the set a lot. You could have, if you got your one hi-hat, its own charm and so forth, and of course you've got 16 notes on the hi-hat. Got a little bit of crackly lead over here. This is the thing I hate about electronic kits sometimes. But by having the second hi-hat there, which of course is what you need for when you say you're doing double pedal, that sort of thing. But even if I wasn't playing double pedal, you can have like a second hi-hat there and a single kick pedal and hi-hat over here. The really cool thing is it lends itself to keeping straight 8th notes over here, and you can have all these little interesting things over here. Now, and especially if you've got 2 slightly different sounding hi-hats, it's a really, really cool thing. Now, because I've got an interest in a variety of Latin rhythms and world rhythms and so forth, and I play not only drum kit but I also play percussion as well. I always like sort of like putting things in like cowbell, but if you've got one hi-hat and you've got a cowbell, especially you're mounted on your bass drum over here, rather than say in between your hi-hat and your snare drum, it sort of limits you a bit, unless you happen to have like ambidexterity, so you can have like, say, hang on, let's try this again. But that takes quite a while to develop, and it's something I'm still working on. It's not as smooth as having like right hand over here. So I got into the thing of having second pair of hi-hats over this way, and then you get a cowbell, not so much what would have been around on your bass drum, but a little bit more closer towards the hi-hat over here. And, for ages now I've been sort of, playing patterns where you get like chord note cowbell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So if you've just been on a rock beat, you've got that kind of thing. You've got that kind of thing. If you play 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you give the illusion you've got the drum kit, especially live, you've got the drum kit and you've got percussion right up on top, and people will have a look and say, oh, there's percussion, who's doing the cowbell part? Well, it's me, isn't it? Okay. But the really cool thing that I've been working on and playing, and made as part of my playing, is where you get your shuffle kick patterns, as in your 16th note funk shuffle kick patterns. Stuff where you go like 1, or you get like the kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So before I introduce cowbell to this kind of stuff, I used to practice this with my right hand. The X hat, cable hat, or whatever over here, or a stack, and ride cymbal. So you might have one, or one, now if you use this little tab over here, it's not on 2, 1, 2, and 1, 1. Now, another thing I've always been doing is, well, not always, but certainly have been doing it for a good 10 years or so, is to have some percussion on the side here. Now this is electronic sort of set, so the pads all look the same obviously, but you're going to have all different sounds. But whether the electronic set or the acoustic drum set, secondary snare drum or a timbali over here, and say things where I might have bongos, or in this case, a quasi octoband kind of sound. I've got my real octobands over there, by the way. So yeah, for ages I've been into playing like extensive sort of drum kits, and it's really cool to sort of have an extensive set if you can use it to its full potential. If you've got like, you kick your snare, you got a whole bunch of toms, and all you do is then you come back to this, you're not really reaping that much benefit from it. You can do exactly the same sort of job with just a little less toms and a floor tom. And yeah, if I'm playing in a rock band, I would do that. A couple of rack toms, a floor tom, maybe a couple of floor toms, one rack tom, whatever. 10,001 sort of cymbals, I've put those sort of days behind me now, right? I do have a few, but what I have is I tend to have a couple of crashes, 1 or 2 rides, left-hand rides, so I can do a little bit left-hand lead, 1 shiner, but sometimes I might have 2 shiners, and some little effects, flashes, bells, and so forth. But the hard bit is your ride, and in my case, these 2 hi-hats. Because the really cool thing, when you've got the hi-hat there, and you've got the floor tom here, you can do that kind of stuff. Besides being like, and of course, do this with double kick patterns and so forth. Now, with the fact that I've got a cowbell here, it's like I treat playing around here as almost, it's like a separate percussion sort of setup. So I've got like one little percussion setup here, and then with the timbali, hi-hat, snare drum, little splash, whatever I've got on this side, it's like another percussion sort of area. So I'm layering or doing the job of really 2 or several percussionists. So what I've hit upon, and I don't know whether it's like, it's already been sort of like, pioneered, you've got like some of the great drummers like Giovanni Hildago and so forth. Not Giovanni, what's the guy's name? Horatio Hernandez. But Giovanni still is a great sort of like, conguero and kick player and so forth. But yeah, there's a ton of these guys that will do all these sort of multiple percussion or multiple kick sort of parts. So I sort of draw inspiration from them. And what I've been doing of late, I've gotten this sort of thing of having the floor tom on 3rd beat of the bar. Pretty much just like what you have like in certain West African rhythms and Yambingi, which is like, hand drumming that's played by the Rastafari of Jamaica, which in turn influenced the one drop in reggae music and so forth. And so what I get is, say, something like this. Let me sort of just get this pattern happening. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, if I've got the faded snare, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, if I put, it's a little bit hard to explain why you're playing. I'll put occasionally ride cymbal by accident over there. So anyway, so I thought, oh yeah, you know, I might sort of share that with you guys. Take what you will of it. If you find it's great, it's great. If it's not, that's alright. But, you know, this is something that's definitely been occupying me a bit today, with a little bit of my personal practice. Anyway, I'm going to sort of finish up, because I've got, like I say, a little bit of tuition to do, and get along with things in life. So I'll catch you later. Bye.